I walk the streets with my swagger on, supernatural, facing a million opponents, and my role is to act alone. Lights, camera when the action's on. Where I roam is a battle zone, a vigilante in the catacombs. But I rock with a hot shot like a clock when it's cocked and popped and the lead is gone. People say that my head is gone, but it's them same people in need of my help when I'm heading home in life. They say that everybody got a purpose, so I roam the city streets like faulty cellular service. The hot shot, sharpshooter, superhero, destined to shine like light through the dark and evil. I fight for what's right in the hearts of people and try to open y'all eyes, cause it's hard to see truth. You ever feel like everybody's the same but you different? That's when you know you're here to make a difference. Hot shot, you got a choice to make, stand up or stand down. Fight or flight, get up, bang out, the world's wait, can't wait to see what you about. It's showtime, act now. Hot shot, you got a choice to make, stand up or stand down. Fight or flight, get up and bang out, the world's wait, can't wait to see what you about. It's showtime, act now. Hot shot.
Gravita. When you need me, all you gotta do is holler. Now for real, I'ma hear you when you holler. I'll be right there in my cape, FSK below my collar. Oh, trouble want some trouble, well then I'm double, let's get it poppin'. I got some issues I've been dealing with, about to lose my scholarships. Friends, family, loved ones, so you know inside I'm sick. You may think you're tough, but you don't know what you're about to get. I let it build up, then feed you all of it. No apologies, this may hurt a bit. No, this will hurt a lot. What goes up will surely drop. You thought you were doing it big until it all flopped. Morning, noon, and night, my calling never stops. Right back to my homework, catching up on my essays. Trying to stop my younger brother from shooting out with them essays. But enough about my Saturday, it's all in the day's work. All in my day's work. I told y'all I do work. Here I come, now there I go. When you need me, you know how to let me know. All you gotta do is holler. Cause I'ma hear you when you holler. Here I come, now there I go. When you need me, you know how to let me know. All you gotta do is holler. Cause I'ma hear you when you holler.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's Mike Watson, and we're back with Chat and Draw. We had about a week or so off. We're back in the building, episode 174 of the Chat and Draw show, doing it consistently. So good to be back in the studio doing this thing, and yes, I'm rocking my Naruto gear tonight. I've been doing a lot of Naruto, watching a lot of Naruto and reading Naruto. Actually trying to keep up with the Boruto series, and felt like I need to pay homage to my boy real quick. All right? Gotta give him some support. He's going through it right now. I ain't gonna give y'all no spoilers or nothing, but he's going through it. What's up? What's going on in the land of catch up? So I went to Wizard World Chicago this weekend. I'm actually gonna do I'm gonna do a whole separate video talking about Wizard World Chicago and all of that stuff because it was awesome. And technically it was the final Wizard World before they transitioned to the new name of Fan Expo. They bought Wizard World out and they're taking over. Chicago was the last show. Chicago was my first show. Chicago was the first show I did with my brothers, and it was pretty emotional. So I'll be doing a whole separate video talking about that. But Freestyle Comics came back to the show, baby. 2 years, no big mainstream comic book conventions, and we were there with 2 tables with our setup. It was beautiful. Danny Cooper was riding with me, editor-in-chief of FSK. We got it in. Hopefully I can get in a couple more shows this year. Then, immediately after Chicago, drove home 6-7 hours. My brothers and I ran, Victor, Danny, and I. Drove home. I had a 45-minute pit stop at the house, and I got on the airplane and went to California for my job. We had a couple meetings out there that required us to be there in person, and we needed some work to get done, and that was an amazing experience. Super, super fun. I came back late last night. Took today to get some stuff together, and now, I'm back here with Chat and Draw, all right, in the building. What else can I get you caught up on? Kickstarters! Yes, Freestyle Comics has 2 Kickstarters going right now. The first one being Spider Squirrel. Let's see here. What up, J-Man? What up, Brad? No more time off, man. Mike and FSK was in my backyard last weekend. Yes, it was. Our first Kickstarter is Spider Squirrel number 2. That's in at $4,760 out of their $6,500 goal. That's sitting at 147 backers with 25 days to go. Let's get this up there. Let's hit go for this one. Spider Squirrel officially becomes a part of the Freestyle Comics universe, starting with their 2nd issue. And yes, we will have back issues with the number 1s with all the title dressing and everything on there for those hardcore collectors. Next up, Emerald Quest is going to be launching here in a couple of days. And this one's real easy because this link, I wanted to keep it simple. It's fskgo.com. Emerald Quest number 1 launching. We're going to have 5 covers for this bad boy. 5 awesome covers. I'll probably reveal those tomorrow too when I talk about Chicago. But Emerald Quest is happening. It's finally being launched. Be very excited about this one. We got the first 3 issues of the book done, so we're ready to fire on this one. We're only doing the Kickstarter for the first one. As far as a Kickstarter update as well, on the Hot Shot trade, we picked up the books. I'm just waiting to get the trades, but we got the single issue books, so we're about to start bagging and boarding those books up. We're about to start packaging those out so we can start shipping these books out to you. So everything's moving along. I want to say thanks so much to everybody. I appreciate your patience working with us. I did a little stint in the hospital, and that did delay some things. And then there have been some printer issues, and not the printer's fault, but because of this COVID situation, this pandemic, toner's hard to get, paper's hard to get, so it has pushed some things back. And we had to do a very, very detailed proof of process once we got the books printed and things like that. So I appreciate everybody's patience and sticking with us. It's been a bumpy road, but we're about to persevere and pull through. All right. Enough with all that, man. I got you guys all caught up. It's time to get into the nit and the grit of the show. And I'm going to bring out my guest right now.
Here comes a new challenger.
I think it's time for me to save the day.
How do you do, sir?
Hey, I'm good. How you doing, Michael?
Doing great, doing great. What are you up to and bring it to us today?
I am up to issue 2 of Roadkill Rampage. The Kickstarter is live, and we just funded here about a half hour or so ago. So that's amazing. Thank you, everybody, for your support and for allowing us to fund in right at the 24-hour mark. So that's awesome.
Woo. Let me go ahead and give him that link.
So that's pretty sweet.
Link.
We're pretty jacked about that. So
it's time for me. Guys, I want you guys to follow my lead here. Go ahead and copy your Chat and Draw host. I am pledging right now. I did not get to pledge anything because I've been out of town. And we're looking right now. I already got number 1. I got the digitals. Ooh, there's an early board joint.
Oh yeah.
Hold up. I don't want to fire my gun off early here. Let me see whatever.
That's cool. Take your time, peruse. There's plenty. the buffet is full right now.
I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna get both books because I think I only got digital last time.
Okay.
I want some physicals now because I did enjoy it.
That's cool, man. We appreciate it.
Why are you asking me for my password? I already logged in. I literally just logged in 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, we were scrambling before because we've never used Restream, so it's like, let's figure this out real quick.
Oh yeah, my fault. Yeah, you haven't been on here since I've been using it.
Yeah,
I officially switched over to Restream.
That's cool. We're good now. We're good. But Tina was there's a little freak out moment there for a minute. She handled it. We're good.
Awesome.
Tina says hi, by the way.
Hello, Tina. All right, so we got the Kickstarter in there. Ryan Robinson says amazing. What up, Ryan? J-Man said I pledged the first day on Spider Squadron 2. Just got my Kickstarter pledge rewards from American Dreams from 1 through 5. Shout out to Dave Calvin. All right, awesome. All right, Rodney, tell us about this book, man. What's going on?
All right, man. So issue 2 kind of picks up right about where a little bit after the end of issue 1. This time we find Tess. She is still in the forest, but she is alone. And she's trying to make her way back home. She encounters a little bit of car trouble, so she has to pull over to the side of the road. And she's messing with the car. Pickup truck comes flying past her and kind of knocks her on her butt. Doesn't hit her, but the gust knocks her on her butt. And she kind of gets a good look at the car. And as she gets back in the car, when all that gets done, she gets down the road and she kind of stumbles across a dogfighting ring. And let's see that. So there's going to be a few new men in her life. Obviously, the guys that just about run her over. So along her path, she stumbles upon the dogfighting ring. And being the animal lover that she is, she's bound and determined to do whatever she has to do to shut it down. Or will she get shut down in the process? Throughout this issue, she becomes aware that there's something following her through the woods. She's not quite sure what it is, but all she knows is that it's evil.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so it's this black wraith or mist type kind of thing, and it's full of eyes and claws and teeth. And she doesn't know what it is, what it's about, and why it's after her. And as she continues through, she stumbles across somebody else, and she has to decide whether or not that person is friend or foe. She doesn't know who to trust, doesn't know where to turn. So it's just, this issue is the kind of vomit out the craziness that she's experiencing in the forest by herself, and kind of introducing the villain that she will face, the ultimate villain that she will face in the remainder of the series. It's a 4-issue story arc. So she and you all will be introduced to the main villain in issue 2. So it's that issue where we raise all the questions, and we raise and don't answer any of them.
What?
That's how we get you coming back.
I don't know if my viewers like that.
Well, no. Having said that, know this: those questions will be answered. We're not going to do a 200 issue Chris Claremont X-Men thing where we don't ever answer anything. So we will be answering some questions. So yeah, it's just that it's that scary ride through the forest where you're being chased by something and you're pulling forward to pull through, and it's that, don't go in there, that looks scary. Of course she doesn't listen to us, she goes in there anyway, and dang it, she's just such an animal lover, so that gets her in a lot of trouble. But hey, everybody, I'm an animal lover too, so I can't blame her.
You can't blame her?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
You said you can't blame her?
No, you can't blame her. You just, and those animals are just so cute. You got to come to their aid. So, yeah, it's kind of our, it's like we like to say it's like Jeepers Creepers meets Cujo kind of vibe, and we're definitely sticking to that grindhouse feel that we had with issue 1. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun, scary ride. Continual ride through the forest, and we get to watch and see how she fares.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. That's me. Damn the animals. Damn them all.
Get to your safe place.
To my safe place. I'm damn, but hey, if it's me or Toto is getting kicked right in the direction of the terror.
Toto's getting got.
Getting got, wrapped up, done. Absolutely. I need every advantage I can get.
I can see your point of view, because when you've got some black ethereal thing chasing you through the forest, I can understand running past Goofy and Pluto and getting into the cabin first. But
absolutely.
She don't feel that way.
Well, let me talk to her.
So what my ultimate goal for the story, for the arc and this character, and I was telling you this a little excuse me, a little bit backstage, is that this is a coming of age story, with Tess being the main character, female lead. So she starts out the series, young and naive, just a typical high school girl that doesn't really know all that's out there, that's a danger to her. Very trusting, giving, compassionate, and she will find out that some of those traits, she will learn to question them more. But through it all, it's a coming of age. She will realize her strengths and her potential, and I can't tell the rest because I don't want to give away the ending. But
right, we don't want to do that. So don't worry.
The ultimate ending, yes. Mm-hmm. But it's fun. we're really excited to present it, and we've got Sean Langley on now as the artist with issue 2. And he's done a phenomenal job with it.
Okay.
He's done work with Source Point Press.
Oh yeah, I knew the name sound familiar.
Yes, and my apologies to him, but I can't remember the books that he's worked on. I should have those in front of me, but I don't. But phenomenal illustrator, good guy, and he really brought it with this issue. And he is currently working on stuff for issue 3. The script is done, and we're on that. And I am very soon going to be starting the script on issue 4. So it is well underway. Again, the Kickstarter is live. It just funded right around 8 o'clock. So we're up for another 28 days. So the book issue 2 is done, is completely done.
What up, Kyron? thank you. I'm glad to be drawn and excited about that too. Andy, my cameo will be long lived because I'm not staying for any of this shit. I'm out. Unless you mean short lived because I'm leaving. I'm running away. Then, sir, you would be right.
We'll know who's dying first edition. My cameo will be short.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. I'm out.
Yeah, it's you got to decide what you're going to do. Should you stay or should you go? But I understand, Mike. I understand it. It's pretty scary. It's pretty scary in there. Oh, there you go.
Jay, man, we actually there's one place that because where the comic book convention is held is in Rosemont, so it's in the suburb of Chicago, and the traffic in Chicago is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life because it's bad at all times of the day. You guys don't have rush hour; you have rush day. That's what the hell you have in Chicago. So we don't go anywhere but in Rosemont. There's one restaurant that we go to every year to get our food, and that's Baki or Bachi. I always pronounce it wrong. It's like down the street from Rosemont, and it is delicious. And then there's also a Denny's. So we fluctuate between the Denny's and Baki for our meals. We might get 1 or 2 convention meals.
You don't go to Giordano's?
I went there once, man. I didn't see what it was all about.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that deep dish pizza.
Yeah. Yeah, that was always our staple. There was the Giordano's. Now, what Baki's is the Asian place, right?
Oh no, this is a little Italian place,
A
little mom and pop place.
Okay, where's it at?
Shoot, I can tell you exactly how to get there. You go out of the Rosemont Convention Center.
Yeah.
You go down the street until you hit Denny's. As soon as you hit the Denny's, you make a right, and it'll be about 4 or 5 blocks on your left-hand side in a little very small shopping district, like 3 or 4 stores.
Okay.
But it's just, they got the big sliced pizza, they got wings, they got sub sandwiches, salad, they got all types of cool stuff, man. It's I never know what to get when I get there. I always switch it up.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, it is. Like I said, every year we go there, and that's where we get our food.
Huh. So who was you rolling? I know Danny was with you, and I Victor, and who else was with you?
Oh, Ren McKenzie rode with us.
Man,
too.
That's right. Ren come in.
Yep, the 4 amigos back at the show.
4 horsemen. We're back together again.
Yeah, it's been a while since all 4 of us have been to a show. So that was just definitely super fun. We had a good time, man. I got to do. They did like final words at Wizard World, and I got to speak and say a little bit to close out the show. So I was definitely appreciative of that.
Oh, that's cool. That's definitely.
We worked out our setup for books because we've been moving more towards comic books, and only I'm getting rid of all my other prints. So I'm doing like a print sale, like 2 for $5 in the bin. You gotta dig through that shit and find it yourself. If you want it, you go get it.
Familiar.
But we're moving to just straight selling comic books and prints of our characters exclusively. We started selling bookmarks. Those people were really digging the bookmarks, so I'm about to restock on those. But we've got our setup worked out. So I need a really big table, or at least 2 tables now moving forward to shows. Yeah.
I saw the pictures that you guys posted, man. That was an amazing setup. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I'd like to shout out Mr. Cooper for helping put that together.
Yeah, I'm putting in work, man. That's for sure.
Trying to. I mean, you know all about it, man. You know the hustle. You know the grind.
Oh yeah, we've pretty much made that decision about the prints as well. Maybe a couple of fan art prints, but nothing like it used to be. And it's all about our creator-owned stuff and getting the books out there. And that's I'm so glad to have issue 2 done and going to be on the table. Next time we get going out there on the conventions, because we're done with shows for the year.
Mm-hmm.
We're just kind of we've decided to kind of just the winter's coming, and people are sicker in the winter and all of that. So we just decided we've bowed out until next year.
No, understandable, man.
Yeah.
I definitely obviously I'm not sick anymore, but my lungs are still healing.
Right.
So I still have a cough. So if I talk if I get overtly excited talking a bunch,
Right.
or laughing very hard, like I'll start coughing. But every once in a while I cough. So it's still a process. But I have my mask on, I have my hand sanitizer and stuff like that. So it's definitely a thing. A lot of people had their mask on. I already got my shot, so I'm vaccinated. So I figured I was pretty cool. Figured I'm double protected because I got the antibodies, from COVID now.
Right. Yeah.
And I got the shot.
Well, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I was going to say that the pandemic kind of started, I guess, right around February or March officially.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really sick in December. So I'm kind of thinking that I might have had it then and didn't know it.
A lot of people had it and didn't know it.
Yeah. So we're fully vaxxed now and everything, but we do, when we're at the shows, we wear the masks and I have a part-time job where I drive and wear the masks, when we're driving it out, whenever we get out and go into a gas station or into the clients, we're always masked up and practicing everything safe. So yeah, it's
Absolutely.
And I'm glad that you're okay, that you got through it okay. So worried about you there for a while, but you pulled through. So
Hey man, I appreciate it, and
we're very happy about that.
it sucked, but I was definitely luckier than some other people. So
Yeah.
I was happy I was able to pull through it, man. Because I definitely because I do have a chronic cough that I get every year.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. That's just reoccurring, and I just thought it was that. I really did, and because I really wasn't sick any other way,
Right.
besides coughing, and then it got to the point where I couldn't stand up without coughing, or like if I started like changing my elevation, like going upstairs and stuff, it got real bad, and I was like, shit, my cough has never been this bad, like. But then I like disappeared for 2 days because like I just was like, because we were all on quarantine, like because my whole family got it, but they all got like milder versions than I did, but we were all in separate rooms.
Right.
And I kind of lost track of things. Like I was like sleeping I slept for like 2 days in my studio, just off and on, just waking up for 2 days. I just slept. I didn't answer my phone. I didn't get up. I didn't eat or anything like that until finally like I saw my phone ringing or whatever, and Danny and Victor were trying to get a hold of me. They were like, "What's going on, man? We haven't been able to reach you."
Right.
I was like, "Oh, I'm just laying here dying. That's all."
Trying to decide who I'm going to leave all my comics to.
Right. Trying to figure out how you guys are going to put together this pyramid.
Exactly.
For me to put all my toys in.
You got a lot of toys too. I see them there in the background.
Oh yeah. I'm running out of space, man. I'm gonna have to get some more custom shelves, or we're gonna have to move to another house.
I think your wife would go for the shelves.
What's up, legend? Yeah, but yeah, I was at Chicago, man, and everybody, you know how the toy sellers, they got their average prices or whatnot, but
Yeah.
This one that was right by us, he was selling the Marvel Legend toys for regular price. Just let's here. Let me go back. I got the wrong link for your Kickstarter. I need to get that again. Hold on. I got it. We're talking about Roadkill Rampage #2.
Yep.
And there's the link for it. So Marvel Legends normally go for like $22. This dude was selling them for $25, and he had like 5 of the figures that I was missing. I walked around the whole show. Like yeah, everybody was doing 40, 50, on these figures. I'm like, why is this dude doing 25? Like I kept looking at the box, like, is something wrong with these toys? Because this is like $3 above, market value.
Right.
But you know, I checked them. Everything seemed fine, and I was like, snatch them. This is how much they cost in the store.
Right.
You know, with tax and everything. And he had the ones I was missing, so I jumped on that.
And you found ultimately that they were okay?
Yeah. Ultimately, they were cool. No real issue with them at all. Only issues is that these fools need to do better on their accessories, man.
Uh-oh.
No, I just feel like they're lazy with their accessories for the toys now.
Yeah.
In part because they're lazy, but also in part that you know they don't want to spoil anything, you know, for the movies or whatnot.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So they have to be careful with what they release.
Yeah, and I'm like, get over that shit, man. Give me cool accessories.
Huh.
Because like I got the Shang-Chi toys, and I'm like, Shang-Chi, his dad should definitely have he should have some fly ass accessories, like with the 10 rings. That was dope.
Yeah, definitely. He didn't have any rings or anything like that?
He has the rings on his arms, but
Darn.
they're not like separate like they are, like how he moves them in the movie.
Right.
I would have loved to have some like mid-action rings that I could have put on him or something like that. They gave him a damn sword. He doesn't even use a sword in the movie, and they gave him a sword.
Huh. Yeah, that is lazy. Huh. That's weird.
And it would have been cost effective. Have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know at a certain point, well, it's not spoilers in the trailer. At a certain point, Shang-Chi uses the rings, so it could have been interchangeable with the figures.
Yeah, that's true. So did you get all the Shang-Chi's or which one?
Yeah, I got all the Shang-Chi's, but I got those like a while ago. I found those out in the wild by themselves or whatnot. But I got the set that I've been chasing down is the What If series from the animated show.
Okay. Okay.
So I got you know, I was looking for Zombie Cap. I didn't really want Spider-Man with the cape because I already have a Spider-Man figure, but I wanted to put together the Watcher figure, which the Watcher figure is awesome.
Yeah.
I got Captain Carter. I was disappointed with that because, you know, I just figured they would give her Cap's shield and just paint over it, but they gave her a smaller, jankier ass shield than what Cap has, and I'm like, that's lightweight disrespectful because it's the same shield, it's just painted different.
Yeah.
So why didn't y'all just do that?
Yeah, if anything, it would be bigger because she's smaller in stature than Steve would have been.
Right.
The shield should have been bigger.
But I don't know, man. What do you know? I'm just a comic book kid who draws out of his basement. So
You too?
Ah!
Oh man, that's crazy.
So tell us some more about this book, man.
Well, one of the interesting things, and I talked about it earlier, is well, I kind of touched on it. I don't know if I really talked about it. Is there's a point in the book when I was writing it where I realized where I was taking the character, and there's a confrontation between her and one of the adversaries, and at the point where you would assume that the little girl would cower in fear, she doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
She stands up to him, and she stands up to the situation, and which, okay, fine, that happens in every story, whatever. But when you're writing something like that, and you as the creator, when it becomes a oh wow moment for you because you've created the character, it's kind of cool. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it's just like I wrote it a certain way, just force of habit, and then I was like, no, she's not. That's not what she is. That's not how she's going to react. This is wrong. And I went back and I rewrote the line, and I'm like, yeah, this is her. This is who she is. And that was kind of a aha moment for me as the writer and building her character, because I don't think in issue 1 she was as clear in my head as she became in issue 2 naturally. But it was at that moment where the direction of where issue 2 was going changed. And I thought that was, it's one of those moments when you reach back and pat yourself on the back and go, oh, okay, this is so much better. So that's, I thought that was kind of cool. I think something kind of neat to share with everybody is just the way that the characters, I mean, you've all the stuff that you've created, when you start off one direction and the character reveals itself to you, because I don't know about you, but like they talk to me.
All right, I'm sorry to cut you off. Legend just pledged the Kickstarter. Thank you so much, Legend.
Awesome. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Whoa. What do you mean everything is disappointing about Captain Carter? Captain Carter is dope. I love Andy so much. Andy is a brother. I love him so much, man. Like, I hug this guy so big, and give him these big ass hugs to show how much I love him. And we talk, we go to shows together. I love his kids and his family. And then he just comes out of pocket.
Awesome. Pledge for the Rodney Commission to add it on a sketch cover. Sweet.
Ooh,
excellent.
Hey, that boy, Legend he's an indie comic fan.
Sweet. Well, it's nice to meet you, Legend. If I haven't met you already, or have I? Don't know. But yeah, it's funny when like I said, that the characters actually talk to me, and Tina will I'll be over here talking to myself or talking back to the characters, and Tina will be like, "Are you talking to me? Or are they talking to you again?" I was like, "Yeah, they're talking to me," and she'll just leave me be. So yeah, it's and then that was one of those moments where she kind of stepped out of my head and tapped me on the shoulder and says, "No, I wouldn't do that. This is what I'm going to do." And actually, Andy asked an interesting question. He said, "If the story keeps talking to you, are you going to push to 5 issues?" Can't answer that. No. No. There is a what it would be is we would probably add pages to issue 4. But I want to. There are other things in my head that I want to get out, so I want to be done with the Roadkill Rampage. It'll be a nice 4-issue miniseries. We'll be able to have a trade of it, and then I want to go on to the next thing. If they keep talking to me down the road, I will jot down notes and everything. And if it turns into something more, then obviously we would go back and readdress it. Might not necessarily be the same under the same banner. It might be something else. But yeah, I mean, you never know. Things evolve.
They do.
So
they definitely do.
I hope that answers your question, Andy. But yeah, it's been a fun exercise for me, because this is my first venture into writing horror. So it's been a fun venture for me, pacing everything out, deciding, and I've really come into it with issue 3, but we're talking about issue 2 now. But I found that the interesting part for me was the pacing with this issue, because I knew what needed to be accomplished with this issue. So I had to keep that in mind, because I was wanting to go off on, I wanted to include this, wanted to include that, and it wasn't meshing with the continuity of the story and the pacing. So I had to kind of rein it back. There was a point there where I just had too much, and I had to make a list and decide what were keepers and what were things to possibly put off for another issue, or just possibly just completely disregard.
Okay.
And I actually, there's a big chunk. There's a scene Uh-oh, what you rubbing on?
I don't know what this is. I don't know what I asked for.
It sounds good. What is that?
Got a little breadstick. Got some fazoli's.
So, what was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying.
I'm sorry for
That's
distracting you.
No, that's okay. I saw you take that big old bite, and I was like, "Ooh, that looks good. What is that?" Legend says, "What was your biggest inspiration for this book?" Well, Legend, I will tell you the same story that inspired the book. I have a part-time job where I'm a driver, and I pick up and deliver cars and vans and/or trucks for various companies, pharmaceutical reps, Amazon, things of those types of businesses. And so I can go anywhere from 20 miles to 500 miles in a day. And this was back in the summer of probably 16. I was up in Columbus. I'm down here in Cincinnati. So I was up in Columbus and I was stuck in construction traffic on right down there around Stringtown Road. And was at a crawl, doing probably 2 or 3 miles an hour. And it was a Friday, so the traffic was twice as bad. And it was 147 degrees outside.
147.
147. It was hot. It was a hot day. I had the air on and the windows open, and it wasn't helping. But there was this baby raccoon on the shoulder. Now, mind you, I'm crawling down the street, and it looked like it was just laying there sleeping. And his fur was blowing real gently in the wind as cars were passing it by, and it didn't have any outward trauma to the body or anything. So it looked like he was just laying there sleeping, and his little hand was open. You could see his little fingers, and I felt so bad for him, and I thought to myself, where was he going? What was he doing? Who's waiting for him? Who's going to miss him? So I started asking myself all those questions, and as I was asking myself those questions, this story came to my mind. So I went and I grabbed my phone and I flipped on the audio recorder and I just started talking into it. And about 20 minutes later, I had the genesis of what this story is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where it comes from, because I see roadkill everywhere I go. You know, all over Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, West Virginia, Pennsylvania. You know, and that's the genesis of this series. Always wondering, you know, where they were going, what they were up to, and their day got interrupted because they didn't see what was coming. So
yeah,
and it's just kind of vomited out into a 4-issue series.
vomited. Your choice of words.
Yeah,
excellent. Like, it goes right on time with the series.
He says my grandmother lived on a street called Stringtown Road, Evansville, Indiana. Actually, Jay, I lived in Evansville, Indiana for 7 years when I was a kid. From 74 through 79. So 5 years. Yeah. And that small town feel is kind of in the book, because if you read the first 2 issues, if you're paying attention, you'll notice that there are no cellular devices, no digital devices. The car is a 69 Camaro. So you're not really sure what time period you're in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are no watches that of any particular design or anything like that. So that's kind of on purpose, because I am a child of the 70s and the early to mid 80s. So I wanted to keep this very grindhouse, I wanted to look like it was shot with film instead of video or digital. I wanted that grainy look. And I think we got it. So I'm very happy with that. Jay, That's his hometown. Yeah, I went to McGarry Elementary School, Jay, over there on Covert Avenue. I went there from kindergarten through the fifth grade and half of sixth grade.
Look at the connections.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? It's a small world.
Right.
Yeah, so this issue really taught me a lot about pacing, and I think it's really reflective in issue 3 because I hit issue 3 running, and again I ran into the issue of too much, because I write like I'm writing a novel, and then I break it down into pages, and because it all starts with dialogue with me, most of the time. There are a few occasions where images will flash through my head, and I have to get those down. But this story has been very vivid in my mind. So a lot of the images that are in the first 2 issues really make me happy because they're literally right out of my head. Like the first panel of issue 2, page 1, panel 1. When I got the page from Sean, I looked at it and I was like, it kind of sent a chill down my spine because I was like, holy shit, that's exactly what was in my head. So, and as a creator, something that you yourself aren't drawing, when you get it from the artist and it's exactly what you had in your head, you hit a home run. So
Right.
those are those moments of happiness that we as creators get to experience that a lot of people can't relate to. It's like, getting pages and having that happen is like, it's akin to, a child or something, because, these characters are your children. They're your babies.
Right.
So when you actually see it in tangible form, taken right out of your head, it's pretty, if you're cognizant enough to be aware of it and to be able to appreciate it and not be too busy and be able to stop and take that moment in and appreciate it for what it is, it's kind of cool. It can be impactful, and it can help fuel you for the next coming issues.
You ain't got to downplay it, man. It's very cool. Fuck that.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
It's like your character here I'm enjoying very much so drawing.
There she is. She's flexing that mean mug.
Well, I really do like drawing the character when talking to people. I think it really does help. But also the story is really dope. Because reading through the first issue, she goes through it. And I kind of saw her, what you were talking about in the second issue. I kind of see her as a Ripley type character.
Yeah. She definitely. You get to see her moxie for the first time in issue 2, and you'll see it again, as the series continues. But you really, for the first time, you see it in issue 2, and it's pretty cool because, like I said, some people might expect it to go one direction, and it doesn't. And Jay says, my profile pic right there, I'm wearing a University of Evansville Purple Aces hoodie. Yeah, I don't know how old you are, Jay, but we were living in Evansville when the basketball team went down in a plane crash. And if I remember correctly, I think they were undefeated at that point. They were 13 or 14-0. And the plane went down and everybody on the plane was killed. That was probably 78, maybe 77, 78, 9, 8, 77, 78, or 79. So every time I see a Purple Aces shirt or something like that, that's what I think of. And now I'm writing horror books. So yeah, The '70s left a lasting impression on me. I like movies that are shot in film. I like that grainy look, and just we did a lot of traveling. My stepdad was an iron worker, and he worked on the Arch in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of moved us to Evansville, which was a halfway point between home and where he was working. So we did a lot of every weekend. We would travel from Evansville, Indiana, to Cincinnati to visit family, and that's about a 3.5 hour drive. So we spent a lot of time on old '70s highways, in an old 1977 Oldsmobile Custom Cruiser station wagon. And yes, we sat in the back with the window open. So yeah, it's very. I try to get that feel with Roadkill Rampage. I want it to feel like a period, almost like a period piece, without actually saying it's a period piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jay says he's 46. Yeah, I'm a little older than that, so yeah. Won't say exactly how old. Don't want to give that away. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun working with Sean. It's been fun, and I'm really excited to present it to everybody and have everybody get a chance to see what's going on with Tess and where she's going. So pretty happy about that, and pretty excited about where issue 3 is going. Really excited about where issue 3 is going, especially how it's the probably the first 3 pages of issue 3 are. Now I take that back. The first 6 pages, because there's something that happens in the first 3 pages that I won't talk about, but you'll have to buy it to see it. You in particular will like the first 3 pages, Mike.
All right.
For a specific reason. So I'll just tell you. That's all I'll tell you. So, but yeah, I'm really excited to start getting pages from Sean and jump into issue 4. So,
Oh man, she's done.
She looks great, man. Looks amazing.
Definitely fun. I hope I captured her for you.
Yes, I believe you did. Definitely.
All right. Well, here's the link, y'all, and I'll be sending this to you. But here's the link. Roadkill Rampage #2 is out. The Kickstarter is funded. About 53 minutes ago, it's funded. But they still got 28 days left to go. So the more money they get, the more they can do, the more comics they can make. Let's help them continue making these books. Hey, Jay, man, it's okay. I'm going to be back in Chicago next year. The show is happening in July. We're back. We are back. So, you'll check out the Kickstarter. If you've already pledged the Kickstarter, thank you so much. It's really appreciated. But can you share the Kickstarter now? Can you let some other people know what's going on with it? I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I want to thank Rodney for coming out here, Tina for booking it, because she be on the ball all the time. I need a Tina, man. I need a Tina out here.
She is a rock, man. Definitely kudos to her.
Mm-hmm.
She's amazing. So thank you, Tina, for me. She's over there giggling.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Chat and Draw. Go check out the Roadkill Rampage. Go check out Spider Squirrel #2. Go check out Emerald Quest. And I will catch you all later.
I think that I should ask Mr. Watson. I think that I should ask Mr. Watson.